If you're like me, you travel to a lot of Civil War battlefields and take a lot of pictures, including pictures of markers and signs and so on. Now, if your camera isn't aligned absolutely perfectly with the marker or sign, your image will end up being a little bit distorted. So I'm going to show you a relatively easy way to correct some of those distortions. Now, the main image processing software that I use is called IrfanView. It's old software, but it's available for free download. And if you're not already using it, I strongly recommend it. It's my default software, so if I click on an image in Windows Explorer, it will automatically open up IrfanView for editing. Now, I've already set up an example for this video, so let's find it in Windows Explorer. And here it is. This image was taken during a trip to Petersburg on October 9th, 2018. I'll go ahead and double click on the image and we'll see it open in the IrfanView software. And here it is. One thing I should say at the start is whenever you're editing images, you always want to make the images as large as possible on your monitor so that you have maximum control and you can see what the resolution looks like and that sort of thing. And the first thing you'll see is that this image is actually really not bad. We can easily read the contents of the sign already. If I zoom in, you'll see that even better. So it's actually quite easy to read. Let me zoom back out. But, so here's the distortion that we're talking about. The horizontal and vertical lines are not parallel. So horizontal line, I'm talking about this line right here, is not parallel to this line right here. And the vertical lines, this line is definitely not parallel to this line here. And a lot of times you're going to end up with images that have even far more distortion than we're seeing here, but I'm only using this as an example to show you what is possible with a few clicks of the mouse. So what we're going to do is move up to Image, and we will select Adobe 8BF plugins. I downloaded this software a long time ago, and I can't remember if it comes with these plugins or not. If you have to download them, you could do a search and find them and download them. And they're very useful, as you will be seeing. We will select Perspective Transformations. And let me move it over from the other monitor. And again, as I said, we always want to fill the screen as much as we can. So we'll start by doing that. Right now you'll see here that it's displaying the image at 10% of its original size. So we're going to increase that as much as we can, so that we can see as much of it as is possible. If I went one more step up, it would be too much, as you'll see. So I'm going to back off to 33%. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to select some control points. And if I click this drop-down menu, our choices are vertical lines, parallelogram, or rectangle. We're going to select parallelogram. Now, this is misleading. We don't really have a parallelogram here. As I talked about before, what we actually have is a skewed quadrilateral. But I guess it's much easier just to call it a parallelogram. So that's what we're going to select. So now that we've selected that, we'll click on Set in order to set our control points. And what we're going to do is select the four corners of our sign. And we want to do this as accurately as we can without being too obsessive about it. It doesn't have to be perfect, which is good because I just messed this one up. And I will show you how you can fix that. I'll select the third one now, and I'll select the fourth one now. And you see it, we have this red box around our area, except this corner, of course, is messed up. And if we hover over it, we can just click on it and drag it to put it in its correct location. So it's a very handy, useful piece of software. And now that we've outlined the sign that we want to no longer look like a skewed quadrilateral, but as a rectangle, we will come over here and hit the apply button, and look what happens. We now have these large triangles over here. There's another bit of triangle at the top, and most importantly, our sign now is a rectangle. The borders are parallel the way that they should be. So now that we have the image the way that we want, we can go ahead and say OK. And it will close the editing screen and take us back to the original display of the image. And now, finally, we will crop the image. You can crop it however you like. I'm going to leave a little bit of border for the sign. Just a little. Image, crop selection. And I like to save my original images, so I will select Save As, and it will ask me for a file name. I'm going to keep the original file name, and I'm going to add the word Edit and Save. So now when we go back and we'll see that we have the two images saved in that folder now. So this is the original image. And now that we've edited, this is what it looks like now. So you see what's possible with this software. I'll just toggle back and forth between them one more time, so you can see that it is pretty impressive. And now now that I've shown you an image that doesn't have a lot of distortion, I'm going to edit one more image without talking so much. I'll move through it pretty quickly. Okay, so the image that I've selected comes from a trip to Pea Ridge on March 11th, 2014. So here we go. Creating my set points now, or trying to. That looks pretty good. Apply. Okay. And we'll go back to the main program. Now we want to crop it. And save as. And I'll add edit, save. Now close this window. So again, we can go back and forth between the original and the edited version, and you can see what kind of an improvement it makes. Okay, so I hope this has been of interest to you, and it's something that you will be able to use.